And for more on the U.S. weapons delivery, a global affairs analyst, Ejike Opa, joins me now from Dallas, Texas, in the United States of America. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and good morning on my side.
Right. Another massive air attack was carried out by Russia on Ukraine, and we saw the aftermath. Now, what's your immediate reaction to this?
The immediate reaction is always going to be what has I always say. The action and reaction is what happens in a war. With the recent gift of some $60-something billion for Ukraine, of course, Russia is going to show that, hey, you could get all the money you want. We still have some arms to do what we are doing, and that's what is going on. How the recent military support by U.S. to Ukraine is going to help, forestall this war, nobody knows. But, this, cat and mouse thing between Russia and Ukraine is going on now, 2 years? We don't know when it's going to end. So we're just watching.
Now, the Patriot air defense missiles and artillery ammunition will soon become part of Ukraine's new military aid package. Well, the Ukrainian president believes it will address the growing Russian air threats. And of course, they are hoping that it probably will save lives. Now, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, Ukraine receiving that, they are hoping that it's going to help them, curtail or forestall or eliminate what Russia is doing. But we don't know it. No ammunition in itself is a total protective gear because they all have limitations. So Russia is waiting to see what Ukraine is going to have in their defenses, and then they're going to turn around and come up with something to destroy those defenses. That's just the nature of war. As long as American boots are not on the ground and NATO and all the support nations for Ukraine are giving them arms and money, that hasn't shown to discourage Russia from doing what Russia wants to do.
Now, let's quickly talk about the military aid from the U.S. Ukrainian officials have blamed delays in military aid from the U.S. and other Western allies for the loss of lives and territory. Now, do you think the U.S. aid would protect Ukrainian forces? Do you think the commitment shown, or whatever commitment shown so far, is substantial enough?
Well, we don't know what is enough. We don't know what is sufficient. Ukraine saying that blaming America for it, I think that is just nonsense. This is your neighbor. It's not an American war. The reason America is supporting Ukraine is because they don't like Russia. Ukraine is a corrupt nation. Before this time, we knew that's what it is. But because, NATO and U.S. want to put their finger in front of Russia, they are rallying for Ukraine, but not necessarily because we care about Ukraine. We just don't like the fact that another, powerful nation is invading a weaker one. And if the two neighbors are not able to resolve the differences between them, I don't think America has to have any blame in it. So far, America has given Ukraine more money than Ukraine is even made for itself. And so that blame is, as far as I'm concerned, is nonsense. We just have to, they have to come to terms with themselves and say, even if we give them everything they need, does it mean the fear, the threat from Russia is going to go away permanently? I doubt it. So they have to learn how to come up with their own defenses internally, regardless of what America does for them, or they just surrender and let Russia do what Russia wants to do.
Well, but still on the military aid, do you think this aid coming from the U.S., do you think it will not cause more international tension, say, going by looking at the allies, many allies Russia has at the moment?
Well, of course, it's causing the tension because, China is now saying, okay, fine, you support Taiwan. China is turning around supporting Russia. So, it's a three-party apartheid kind of thing, China, Russia, America. So if America is not going to back away from China, Taiwan, and, China is not going to back away from Russia, except if, America pulls back on Taiwan, and then, then Russia might say, okay, fine, we'll let you have, let Ukraine be. So that is what is going on. There's a lot of ego in this thing. And that ego doesn't seem to go away because, China feels, hey, I'm a superpower and I'm going to do what I want to do, especially if you're also in my neighborhood nosing around me. And that neighborhood is Taiwan, that China feels belongs to them. So, the giving them aid, again, is heightening the tension between, these three powers.
Now, the Russian president, it seems as though he does not want this war to end. Why do you think it's desperate?
That he doesn't want it to end, or he wants it to end?
He wants it to end.
Well, he wants it to end because at the end of the day, people are dying, and then he could see that his own resources are being stretched. Military wars, when wars are on, productivity in terms of economic and livelihood, is almost as a standpoint or standstill. Until that goes away, people don't know. It's like you wake up, you don't know what else you're gonna do. Right? You don't know what a shell is gonna land in your neighborhood, on your building, or if somebody, your loved one, is gonna go away and never come back. So he's feeling the tension, and I'm sure there are some internal forces in Russia trying to either get him out of the way, pacify him. But he too, he does not sleep in any particular place. People don't know that. You can't tell where Putin is sleeping in any given time. He's moving around because the target is on his head. So he's feeling it, but then again, there's this ego factor. Should I surrender? Should I give it up? And then, of course, he goes. If he does that, what happens? He becomes a laughing stock. So he's going to hang in there as long as he wants.
All right, we have been talking to the global affairs analyst Ejike Opade, sharing his thoughts with us on the attack carried out by Russia on Ukraine. Thanks indeed for your time with us.
Thank you.